Hi YouTube, welcome to another knife review. This is the first review I've done in a long time, so I got a new knife and thought I might as well do a review of it. This is the Kizer Critical, designed by Matthew Christensen, or Christensen Knife Works. And before I actually get into the knife, I will show you the packaging. So it comes in this box, like I think most of their new knives come in. Has the designer's name and the size, blade material, handle material, normal stuff. And inside that comes another nice box with a zipper pouch. Really nice. It's got their logo on it and it's camo, extra pocket clip screws, and a microfiber cleaning cloth. Really cool stuff thrown into kind of a cheap knife. So now we can get into the actual knife itself. Give you a couple looks first. So I've been carrying this every day for a couple weeks now. It is a really nice knife. I love it. Kind of heavy and big. It is with an overall length of 8.64 inches. It is a big knife. Blade length only 3.59 inches, but the handle is 5.05 inches, so you can see really big knife. Weight of 6.27 ounces, so you'll definitely feel it in the pocket. I haven't worn it with shorts since it's like 2 degrees average where I live, so at least right now in the winter. So when I wear shorts, I'll definitely probably feel it even more. Blade thickness of 0.16 inches like most of their knives. And blade steel of S35VN. There you can see their logo. You can see CK for Christensen Knife Works and the name Critical. I think it's a nice place to put those logos, nice and small, doesn't take away from it or anything. Kind of up in the corner. It leaves the blade mostly plain. Looks really good. Really cool blade shape, that Wharncliffe with a big top swedge. Nice flat grind down here. I just really love the look of that completely flat Wharncliffe blade shape. Really nice way the flipper integrates into that edge of the handle. And a big sharpening choil. So it is on bearings. It flips great. The detent is pretty weak. I think that's something that Kizer still needs to really work on and figure that out. If you compare it to the 0055 from Zero Tolerance or any of Zero Tolerance's new knives, it's just, if you carry one of those regularly and you try to flip this, you'll probably half-ass it or something, because those are pretty hard to misfire. They just fly right out. This, you can get it without a wrist flip. It's just a little harder. Something they just need to kind of make it a little stronger, I think. No jimping on the flipper, still works great. I never slip off or anything. Maybe if the detent was stronger, I'd slip off more maybe, but how it is right now, it works great. You can see a lock bar stainless steel insert in there with some chamfering on the frame and the lock. Easy to access, nice and easy to close. Really smooth, like I said, on bearings. Milled titanium pocket clip. It works really great, goes in and out of the pocket well. Stays in, obviously. Just really cool design, flows with it. It looks like the custom Criticals by Matthew Christensen. So I think they did a good job on that. Nice holes, making the frame a little lighter. I think they look good. Nice, just little details added to it. Cool pivot. The pivot screw itself, but I really like the pivot collars. They are titanium anodized and I think to look like Damascus, so that is just normal titanium, but anodized differently so it gets different colors, yellow, pink, blue. I think it looks really good. The screws fit right down in there. There's really no gaps anywhere. You can kind of see, it'll probably not pick up very well on my camera, but I think this screw was actually milled wrong. You can see kind of a double star pattern inside for the Torx bit. I've never tried to take this apart because I've never needed to yet. I've only had it for a couple weeks. Don't need to re-lube it or anything, but if you look at that one, just a normal Torx bit. And that one looks like it's double drilled. Probably won't be much of an issue if I can just loosen up this side and take them both out. It probably won't matter at all, but I really like the screws they used on this knife. I like the pattern on that. It makes it a little more decorative. And then I really like these big ones back here. I think they look really good, and they'd definitely be easier to take out than like a little T6 screw. That's probably a T8. Littler ones back there for the pocket clip, and you got extras in the box. A blue anodized titanium backspacer with a nice gear pattern back here. No real need for that pattern. It doesn't really, it helps a little bit, I guess. The jimping up here, nice and deep, works great. It doesn't hurt your fingers or anything. I think that'll definitely add to your grip. You can't really reverse grip it too well with that point in there, but I don't think that usually comes in handy. So all in all, a really cool design. I really like it. I like carrying it. It cuts well. Cutting, just using right at the tip, just to like cut tags off things and cut boxes open. That's really what I've been using it for, so it works great. Fun to flip. Now I'm going to compare it to show you size comparison to the Paramilitary 2, since that's a pretty common knife, probably the most common knife I have. So you can see the handle is bigger, the blade's bigger. Let's see thickness. The Spyderco actually looks thicker. Let me get a better. Yeah, that G10 on the Spyderco looks a little thicker. The blade is definitely thicker, I think, on the, well, they're probably about the same, but there's a big taper to the Paramilitary 2, which the Critical does not have. So you can see all the way out to the end, you get a pretty robust tip out there. It kind of just starts to taper right there. I think that's a pretty strong tip, probably. Looks great, works great. Here it is next to the GPB1 from John Gray, also made by Kizer. Also kind of a weak detent, but this isn't a flipper and it's not on bearings, so understandable. Also a big thick knife, but as you can see, just a little more decorative detail in the Critical. And this was actually, the GPB1 was actually, let's see, $50 more, I think. Same blade steels, same thickness, flipper with bearings, titanium backspacer, titanium pivot collars, and the Critical is $50 less. So that's really cool. Really nice, cheap prices. So yeah, I think Kizer's doing great work. Check out their stuff, especially if you're kind of on a budget, and like if you don't want to spend $220 on a knife like that John Gray GPB1. Check out around Black Friday, Cyber Monday, those times when there's deals. This was about $170, I think, for Black Friday weekend, and now it's back up to $203 on Blade HQ. So check out their stuff if you're on a budget and you want to get a really good knife for a lot cheaper than it normally is, or comparable knives a lot cheaper than other comparable knives. So for $170, it was an amazing deal. Even at $203, I think it would be definitely worth the money. So check it out. go to your local knife store if you have one, check it out, flip it, see how it feels in hand. I really like it, and I really like carrying it. Definitely recommend it. And that's pretty much all I have to say about it. Fit and finish is perfect. I don't see any flaws other than the pivot screw. Other than that, everything is perfect on it. All the grind lines and everything all match up, which is common to see. Kind of one a little higher than the other, or kind of ground back further like the Swedge, but this one looks great. All their machining, everything, all perfect. Nice lockup, nice centering. And that's it for this video. Check out my other reviews on my channel, and leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.